Hi, and welcome to one of our UMI Makes It Easier events. UMI exists to make it easier for you and your business to do more and go further. And we do that by taking the hard work out of finding and using the best information, expertise, and finance. We've helped over 500,000 businesses do that, so you're in really good company. By the end of this event, you should be leaving with a better understanding and the ability to make decisions and take action much more quickly. So immediately after the event, you'll be sent an action plan to help you apply what you've got out of today, and along with the contacts and tools to get on and do just that. Have a great session. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. You'll find our contact information at the bottom of all of our emails, but even easier, why not just go on to the SatNav service via the platform or mobile app and you'll find us there.
Welcome to UMI Makes It Easy to create your digital marketing strategy. Please welcome your speaker today, Anna Short from Boo Marketing.
Good morning, great to join you all. So today's session will last around 20 minutes and then we'll have a good 10 minutes at the end to cover off any questions that you guys have got. You can ask the questions via the button on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. Ask those throughout the session and we'll come to those at the end. We'll also be doing a few live polls throughout our time together. So do get involved in those, get involved as much as possible. And that's it from me. We'll go straight into the presentation and start making it easy for you to create a digital marketing strategy. Okay, so why do we need a marketing strategy? We're going to go through 5 steps, and these 5 steps are going to help you work towards your business goals. You'll get clear on your story and what your business is about so that you attract the right types of customers. You want clarity and focus on the direction and goals of your business so that you can put yourselves out there with strength and consistency when it comes to your marketing. You'll understand which marketing activities are the right ones for the people within your business as well as for the business itself. You'll know what sets you apart, what makes you different. There could be millions of businesses out there doing exactly what you do. There may not be any. Either way, they're never, ever going to provide a product or service the way that you do it. So imagine knowing who your target audiences are, where they are, what they're interested in, and how to speak to them directly in their language. With these 5 simple steps, your digital marketing can work towards achieving your business goals. So what about it? Solid marketing foundations. They save a lot of time, hassle, mistakes, and money. By starting with a focused strategy backed up with consistent action, you can achieve success and your business goals. Without a strategy, you've no clear direction. You don't know whether what you're doing with your marketing activities will achieve success. So having goals in place, you can measure success every month, tracking progress against these to even exceed them. The simple digital marketing strategy is a lifelong tool a proven strategy for your business to achieve its goals. According to Cole's schedule, those with a strategy are 313% more likely to achieve success. So the 5 main steps we're going to cover to give you solid marketing foundations when it comes to your digital marketing will be, firstly, your story to create that connection. Secondly, your vision, goals and values, and all that motivates you around why you do what you do, deeply embedded to connect and create long-term relationships. We'll take a look at the current marketing activities, understand what works, what doesn't, and where to make improvements. We'll also look at what makes you different, how to stand out amongst the crowd. And finally, we'll look at your customers, who they are, where they are, what they're interested in, and how to talk to them directly in a way that they understand. So how does it work? Let's all start by just giving ourselves a bit of a quick score out of 5 around our marketing. Mentally make a note of where you think you're at. 1, you've got lots of room to improve. If you're a 5 out of 5, fantastic. So give yourself a mark out of 5 and make a mental note on where you stand at this moment in time. And hopefully we can start to nudge that up for you. Right, so let's continue. So step 1, building your story. When we're looking at building our story, we want to take ourselves right back to the beginning, looking at the history of the business. Even before that, if you're a business owner, there will be things that you did in your, before you got into business that you were just passionate about, that came naturally to you, that you thoroughly enjoyed. So look at that history of the business and of the person that set the business up. Identify which industry you're in. It's surprising how many people aren't clear what industry they sit in, and sometimes you may sit in more than one. Note this down. Look at the people involved within your business. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And how, what do they contribute towards your business that helps make it different, that sets it apart? And then start to look at your customers. What do your customers look like at the moment? Or do you call them clients? What does a great customer look like to you at this moment in time? Who are the bulk of your customers at the minute? Make notes around that. And then price and quality levels. We'll normally look at this in a way that, are you low, medium or high? So is your price low, medium or high? Is your quality low, medium or high? Are they aligned? And where do you want them to be in the future? Ask yourself that question. Processes. What processes have you got in place around your sales and marketing? Do you follow a certain process when it comes to getting a prospect and turning them into a customer? Do you have certain activities around a CRM system? Lots of different processes involved there. So start to document those processes that cover off the sales and marketing side of things to understand what you've got and what you need. So identifying those gaps. And then finally, look to the sources of business. What are your main sources of business at this moment in time? Is it enough? Are there other sources of business that you're interested in that you've not developed further yet? So start to think about those sources of business, where they're at now and where you want them to be in the future. Step 2, vision, goals and values. So looking at that bigger picture around your marketing, covering off the business side of things. Identify what the top 3 things are that you want your business to achieve, say in 5 years' time. If there were no obstacles in your way, none whatsoever, what would be that dream vision for your business? And no, we like the number 3 because it helps keeps things focused, getting tongue-tied, and it keeps it doable for us as well. So that vision, state up to 3 points that you want to achieve with that big picture vision for your business. Next, your goals. Again, working in 3s. What are the top 3 goals that you want to achieve for your business on the 23rd of August, 2023? So this time next year, what's realistic, achievable, and a little bit of a nice challenge for you to go for and have in the bag by this time next year. And then your values. What are those values that are just really deep seated within your business? What do you stand for? What's important to you as a business owner? What's important to your suppliers, your partners? What's important to your customers? What carries all the way through in anything and everything that you do and anyone and everyone that you interact with? So what are those deep-seated values? You know, and you may have more than 3 here. I wouldn't go any more than 5 though. So keep it simple, keep it realistic, give yourself a nice little challenge and make it doable. Step 3, marketing activities. So with what we've got here, you can list down all of the marketing activities that you're undertaking at the moment. And that is anything and everything. Networking is a marketing activity. Business development, relationship management, emails, blogs, website updates, social media. If you're a membership of a professional organisation, something like that, if you get involved in PR activities, you do webinars, you know all of those activities down, every single one, no matter how long that list is. And then write down what action it is that you undertake against that activity at this moment in time. So, for example, if it's social media, what channels do you post to and how often? Yeah. And then moving on to the next column, the results. This is the one that, you know, means business here. So what activities are driving the results, the inquiries, the leads into your business? And you will very quickly start to identify which ones work and which ones don't. And that's where you need to start refining and focusing, because we want to spend our time on the stuff that works when it comes to digital marketing. Improvements. How can we improve that activity over the next 12 months to help us meet those business goals that we've previously noted down for ourselves? So, and you know, this is where it gets a bit tricky on identifying those improvements. So, you know, do speak to others, have conversations around that, do your research. Next, step 4, what makes you different? There's something that makes every single one of us different. Like I mentioned previously, there will be other people doing what you do, what your business does. They won't do it in the way that you do. They won't have walked your path to get to where you are today. So you have got something unique and different to offer, and it's about pinning that down. So here we can note down what our products and services are within that first column. Again, stick to the 3s. What are your main products and services? Then in the next column, what's the unique feature or benefit of that product or service? And that could be directly or indirectly around that how you deliver it side of things and how you do it slightly different to others and the reason for doing it that way. And then the next column, added value. We all offer added value, and it's probably something that we do very naturally without realizing. So start to have those conversations within your business and people that you already work with, customers, clients, and identify what added value you provide and start to pin that down, because it could be that makes the difference in getting some business or a sale over the line. Evidence. Back up what you do with independent evidence, case studies, Google reviews, LinkedIn recommendations, Facebook reviews. You can start to move into the likes of Trustpilot, TripAdvisor. You know, there's all of those different routes available to us now. So back it up with independent evidence to show that this is what somebody else has said about your business, about you. And it's not just you saying it. People need to see that. And the final step, your target markets. who is your target audience? So thinking about those customers we identified in that first step, some of those customers, you'll love them. Some of them, you may be a bit, things aren't the way I want them to be with them. Those that, that one customer that you might have at this moment in time that you wish you could multiply by 1,000 because they're just an absolute dream to deal with, work with, whatever it is that you do with them. So identify who your target audience is. Are they male, female? What age are they? Do you work in a business to business or a business to consumer environment? What job title would this person have that you deal with? So you're jotting down that top line information as to what that person or business looks like that you currently deal with. Next, where are they? Are they in the UK, the US, Europe? Where are they location-wise? And where are they online when it comes to your digital marketing strategy? Are they more likely to be on LinkedIn and Twitter? Or are they more likely to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? So note down where they are physically located in the world and where they are located, where they hang out online. And then the next step, what are they interested in? What are you interested in? And what are they interested in? That's aside from the work situation. We all have interests and hobbies that we share with people that helps us to connect and have those wider conversations to get to know, like, and trust one another. So what are your target audiences interested in, that you're interested in, that you can have a chat and a conversation around and find some common ground? And quite often you could probably come up with about 10 things here. So they might read certain types of magazines. They might listen to certain types of podcasts, read certain newspapers. They might like going to the theatre, eating out, going to concerts, festivals. They might love the outdoors, animals, dogs. They might be interested in investment opportunities, finances. So what are the things that you and your target audience are interested in that that you can talk around that aren't just directly on the business side of things? Okay. And once you've covered off those 3 areas and keeping it in very simple terms, otherwise you'll bog yourselves down, start to move on to the next section. So thinking about your target audience, what is their main challenge or need that they come to you for? When you first speak to these people, what is that thing that they say most of the time that I've been looking for this, or I need this? So identify that challenge or need, the main one. You might come up with quite a list here, come up with the list and then categorize it, narrow it down. And then what's the solution that you provide to that challenge or need? What specific product or service or approach do you apply to satisfy that? And then finally, by taking that challenge, that need, you can create a message with it. So work with that challenge or need, flip it around, turn it into a question, play with it, and you will develop a message that comes across in the right way to talk directly to your target audience. So Boo Marketing, my business, we have people coming to us that hate marketing. They're stuck, they're overwhelmed, and we start to hear those sorts of things. So our message to them is, we make marketing simple. So start to craft that message that does what it says on the tin, that makes it really quick and simple to understand how you meet their challenge or need within a click of a finger. Okay, so that's the 5 steps. We hope you've found that useful in creating your digital marketing strategy and framing your thoughts. You can develop this further and you start to create more room in your heads to come up with those creative ideas and resourceful lead generation activities that are low cost or even free at times. And that's what we want while we're on that initial learning journey around our digital marketing. We want to work it out in a free or low cost way so that we can build our confidence and knowledge up to then make informed decisions on where our money, our time, our effort is best spent and where the results come in. So any questions, pop those in the live Q&A like we mentioned, and I'm more than happy to help where I can. So what if you had a simple digital marketing strategy to smash your goals every year? What could you achieve with that? Did you learn something today that you didn't already know? With these 5 steps we've just covered, you've framed your thoughts. You can now do more. Realize the marketing opportunities out there for your business. Get your website generating inquiries, leads, sales every single month. Create excellent marketing materials both on and offline in a really simple way. It's important you understand the 5 steps for this digital marketing strategy. So what one question have you got for us now that we can help you with?
Thank you very much, Anna. And we have got some questions that have been sent through. And for those who are on the webinar today, please do use the live Q&A button on your toolbar below to submit your questions today. So our first question is, we're already posting on social. Why do we need a strategy?
Posting on social is not enough. It's about seeing that bigger marketing picture around your digital marketing activities, and also in that offline world too. So having a strategy helps you get clear, focused and consistent. It lays solid foundations and it can save you from a multitude of learnings, mistakes, costs. So, for example, I had a client last year came to me, they'd spent £20,000 on Facebook advertising. Their business should have never even been putting money into Facebook ads. It was a completely wrong platform for them. So see that bigger picture and look beyond social media. Social media is a brand building, brand awareness tool. It helps keep you out there, keep you in the minds of people. It needs to be complemented by other activities to repeat and reinforce your message on how you help people, how you meet their challenge or need. And like we all know, we need to be hearing the same things 6, 7, 8, 9 times for that to stick in our head before we take action. So it's about achieving that repetition across a number of different platforms.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And we also have another question that's just come through now, which is, my clients are individuals. I need clients with a bigger budget. How do I find them?
If you have got an ideal client at this moment in time, like I mentioned before, that if you could have 1,000 of these, you'd be the happiest person on the planet. Start to build a picture up of what that client looks like, that ideal one that's got the budget that you're looking for. Do your research, understand what their turnover might be, understand what the size of their business may be, to know whether they are likely to have that budget and that commitment towards being a client that needs your products or services. So it's about getting really clear on who they are, where they are, and what they're interested in, and then adding the detail to that, probably around what size business, turnover, that side of things, so that you can start to filter out people and know where your time is best spent, and focus on those that you want more of.
Fantastic. And the questions are flooding in now, so we're going to have to keep on asking them and try and get them all answered by the time we finish today. So we've got one that's coming from Yasmin, who's just saying that she must really sit down and spend some time on this. So thank you, Anna. Is it recorded? I can answer that one for you. Yes, it is, and we'll be sending through that recording as soon as it's ready. We've got another question from Laura, which is, how do you give the time for the 7 to 9 times in the platform?
It's if you've got a strategy, so you've got your strategy gives you the clear focus and direction for your business and your goals, and to understand what are the right activities. Follow that strategy up with a plan of action, which see it as like a school timetable, so that you can document which of those marketing activities you're going to be doing on a monthly basis every single month to achieve that consistent action that you need for the repeat. And it's through that action plan monthly, being consistent with it, and then reviewing the results at the end of each month to understand what you continue doing, what you make improvements on, what you put on hold, and what you stop doing. Really, you've got to focus on the activities that are driving the results in, and it's about marketing always being on. It's not something you turn on and off. You've got to be focused, consistent, and following through with that action every month, every week, some businesses every day. So achieve the focus and the consistency and do a handful of marketing activities, and within 3 months' time, you will notice a difference. You will see your results start to change from 1 month to the next. Your confidence will grow, and you will be able to start to identify where you put your time, your money, and what other opportunities and avenues start to open up for you, because nothing's set in stone with marketing. What worked a year or two ago might work now. Something you might not have tried before on the marketing side of things. You may, as your confidence builds, you may try additional new activities. You'll learn it with a strategy and a plan. It just clears your mind and gives you the opportunity to think more creatively and identify those things that are quite often right in front of you.
Fantastic. We've got another question from Annie, which is, how can I translate what I identify through this marketing strategy into how my website looks and feels? If social media is brand awareness, what kind of marketing is best for conversions?
Right. It varies by every single business. I have got a book, let me grab it, that is really useful. And this particularly focuses on websites and how to structure your homepage and your sub pages. And it gives you a ream of information around the different types of lead generating activities that you can apply. Donald Miller is a great author. He's got some great books. This one in particular really does help with the website side of things. And it's when you've got a proven process and you follow that process, you can't go wrong.
Thank you. And I think we've got time for a couple more questions. So we'll go with Christian, who's asked, we are Cuffed In Coffee. We provide top quality roasted coffee to consumers and business. We love coffee, adventure, and enjoyment of life. Our slogan is drink coffee, seek adventure, enjoy life. Are we on the right track?
Of course you are. Of course you are. And there'll be values coming through off the back of that, and then start to document some figures, some specifics to create those goals that you want to have in the bag by the 23rd of August 2023. Where are you now, and how can you build on that in a realistic yet challenging way to achieve your top 3 goals this time next year? You're definitely on the right track. You know what you're about, and that's half the battle for some businesses.
Perfect. And just one final question now. We've got one here from Marcus, which is, we find that we are quite repetitive, giving that same message can become quite a bit tiresome. How do you recommend to give that consistent message differently to keep customers interested and not bore them?
Honestly, if you're boring yourself stupid, you are doing the job properly, because you will not, you hear it all the time. Your prospects and customers and clients don't. So if you're boring yourself, it's working. You're doing the right thing. Again, working in those 3s, you could probably identify 3 core areas that sit with those needs and challenges for your customers. you know, and it might be around freeing up their time, or for them to play to their strengths, and come to you for your expertise, or, you know, our products or services. So pull out a couple of key areas that you can talk about that link into that one main strapline message that you put out there. You know, start to think about outcomes and benefits that you provide to your customers. What do they get when they've bought or had a service from you? You know, there are a number of different things you can be talking about. And if you create 3 threads that complement your main overriding message, that will help you just mix things up.
Perfect, thank you. And we have got one last question here. I feel bad if we don't ask it, so if that's okay, Anna.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. So just before we move on to our next steps, the last question is how to target B2B, especially NHS.
Oh, lovely. We need a conversation. So B2B, it's finding the right person, and just building that relationship up. It's a long burn activity, B2B, and depending what the products or services that you're selling into them, you know, it could take you some time. So it's, you know, identify the right person, and have a sequence of activities that you follow through with that person once you get them to certain points of their journey and getting closer to making the purchase, and keeping regular contact with them. It's very much, you've really got to home in on sales strengths, on the B2B side of things. And lots of us feel a bit when we start talking sales. But if you're really clear on what your story is and how you help people, what benefits they gain from your products and services, that gives you the confidence. You're fully equipped to be able to stand your ground and to keep going back in a sensible way. So knowing how many times it's comfortable to follow up, knowing at what stage they're at of developing that relationship with them, and just being consistent and sort of asking them, you know, when will you be making a decision? When shall I follow up with you? Or just telling, I'll get in touch with you in 3 months' time. We'll see where you're at then. And some of those conversations can go on for a long, long time. Be true to yourself, be genuine, and just really listen. Your listening skills are absolutely vital for that, for the B2B side of things.
Fantastic. And we've just got one last question. It has slipped in at the last moment. I feel like it's quite a good question. So if that's okay. So Natasha asks, what is the best / quickest method of tracking your success if you're a one-man band?
So you can just create yourself a little dashboard. If you've got a strategy for the focus, you've got a plan for the consistent action, having a little dashboard that just identifies what your targets are for that month, what you've achieved that month against which activity, it just helps you track. And very quickly, you can just input your figures by using the likes of Google Analytics, your social media insights and analytics, those types of routes, looking at Google My Business. There's lots of opportunities to gather data on those activities to understand what's working, what's not working, and what could be better. So create yourself a little dashboard, set some targets, measure your figures every month, and it can, once you've set that up in a spreadsheet, for example, it's an hour a month, seriously, and it is the best hour you will spend on helping you be in the know and build that confidence and knowledge up to make the right decisions for your business and on the marketing side of things.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for asking your questions and joining us today. I'm just going to hand over to Anna now for the next steps for you to take.
Fantastic. Thanks, Rory. So let us know what you thought about this session. Me and Rory, we've really enjoyed it. We've had some fantastic questions. So we'd love to get your feedback. So if you could complete the survey for us, that would be fantastic. You'll shortly get an email following the session with the offer of having a 30-minute one-to-one marketing consultation with me. And we can look at those 5 steps that we've covered today to see where you've got with those and how you can take them further. Come up with a couple of ideas around improvements to be made against those marketing activities. So I would welcome you to book a one-to-one with me, and you will also get in the email an action plan, a 1-page action plan that helps you follow up on these learnings that you've gained today very quickly and instantly. So make the most of that plan to, as soon as you get it, do it there and then, whilst that learning is absolutely fresh for you. So thank you very much for joining Umi Makes It Easy to create your digital marketing strategy. Don't forget to let us know how you found today's event, and we hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye for now. Thank you.